Here's what we're looking at. We're on page 18. I'm just going to look at this picture real fast and just point out. If we've got this point of tangency here, correct? And then it says if we've got this tangent line, this dashed tangent line, and we do a point of tangency, this one's actually not that close, right? This is when x is 14. This is when x is 26. But would you say those y values are pretty close? They look pretty close. And again, a line is going to be easier for us to operate with than a curved function. So they're saying if I can get the y value on this tangent line, we just want the reader to know it's going to be pretty dang close to the y value on my actual curve. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to go straight to this first one. It says for a differentiable function f, we know that the function has the point 27. And then what does this say? That the slope when x is 2 is -3. It says use that tangent line. So AP, this will 100% be a free response question for you, that they want us to write the equation of that tangent line. And just a reminder, it's going to be in this form. Just go write it in that form. Did they give us the enough info? Do we have a point and do we have a slope? Yeah, let's go plug that in. What would be that equation of that tangent line? Y minus 7. What's my slope? -3. X minus, beautiful. You guys, that's the equation of my tangent line. I don't know anything about this curved function, but they're saying, all right, this curved function, they're saying when x is 2.1, what would be an estimate of that y value when x is 2.1? Do you guys agree 2 and 2.1 are pretty close to one another? So they're saying the y value of this curved function is probably going to be pretty close to the y value of that tangent line. So you guys, we're going to just plug in that 2.1 right in here for x. We're going to say, all right, it's just going to be y minus 7 equals -3 times 2.1 minus 2. Let's go do this, people. Y minus 7 is -3. What's 2.1 minus 2? 0.1. What's -0.3 times, -3 times 1? 0.1. Thank you. And then if I add 7, what would be that y value? 6.7. Oh, what a year for it. What a year for it. So let me show you what we just did. We don't even know what our curved function was, but they're saying the tangent line had this point and that slope. So the curved function's y value is going to be pretty close to 6.7. Pretty close. I do have a treat for you though. Right here, when you plugged it in, these are going to be a free response every time. If you were here on the AP test, you could say, I just need to get my y by itself. You could have done no simplifying. 2.1 minus 2, move that 7 over. This is equivalent to my 6.7, and you can end right there. I wouldn't do any simplifying, but with the simplifying we have to do is just get y by itself. We can handle that. Okay, so now let's go to number 2. 2 says select values of different function f and its derivative are given below. Okay, write the equation of the tangent line. AP is giving us 1 point for writing that point slope form when x is 4. What do we have, you guys? What would we do? Y minus, when x is 4, what's my y? Yes, well, so I'd say y plus 5, right? Y minus y equals, what's my slope when x is 4? 6. X minus 4. That's my tangent line, guys. They said use that equation of the tangent line. They're going to give you 1 point for that. They're going to give you 1 point then for approximating when x is 3.8. Is 3.8 pretty close to 4? Yeah. So you guys, we're going to go plug in 3.8 right in for x right here. Let's not solve it. Just get y by itself. Rolly. Could I say 3.8 minus 4 times that 6, and then what with that 5? -5. Done. I know, and I apologize about that. Here's what the big picture is, Danny. Go ahead and draw that graph. And then why do you think I was talking about, what's the difference between this first graph and then the second graph? The tangent line is, oh, it's under over here and it's over here, right? So the big thing is, would my estimate, so if I picked a point over here, my estimate Is it going to be too big or too small? Is my blue estimate going to be bigger than the actual value of this function or smaller?
Bigger.
It's going to be bigger because it's above the function, right? Danny, you're zoned in. This is going to be bigger. What is my estimate going to be over here? Yeah, it's going to be an underestimate. This would be an underestimate. I should have said overestimate. I used the word bigger. What a goober. There's going to be an underestimate, even if I'm looking at the left or the right side of that point, because that tangent line is underneath it. This isn't what we have to do yet. Does anyone know how we would call that graph? Concave up or concave down here? This is concave down. What would you call the graph over here? This is concave up. So anytime that tangent line is underneath it, meaning the graph is concave up, that estimation or my tangent line would always be an underestimate. And if my tangent line is ever, if my function is concave down, my tangent line would always be above it or an overestimate. Just a little fun fact for later. Okay, here we go, people. Don't care. Okay. The tangent line, I'm sorry, Danny. He said these graphs are terrible. That's not bad. Here's what I would say. This is where x is 3. This went by 1, 2, 3. Let's go sketch a tangent line. Is that tangent line going to be an over or an underestimate? Say that again. Yeah, it's going to be an overestimate. Thanks, Danny. Not Danny. Thank you, Ben Matney. You guys, my tangent line was so good. Do you agree that that was so good? Except it was more tangent like right here, not over there. But that was good.
Was that freehand?
That was freehand. You guys, what about over here when x is 3? When x is 3, see if I can draw it again for you. When x is 3, oh gosh. Oh, that was pretty good. Do you think that that would be an over or an underestimate? Underestimate. Matney, you were on it. Underestimate. Because that tangent line is beneath it. I think I want to skip this first part. No, it's okay. Let's just do it real quick. Okay. If my f prime slopes are increasing, if my f prime, the slopes of f, okay, if the slopes of my function are increasing, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of this. This graph here, let's call this f. If that's f, what is f prime here? Oh, sorry. Here, negative or positive? Negative. How about here? Negative. Here. Here. What are those f prime values doing? They're increasing. To go from negative to positive, aren't they increasing? What would be my f double prime then? It's going to be... It's going to be... slopes are increasing. So then my f double prime would be positive. Yes, thank you, buddy. My f double prime would be positive. And what would you say... Is my f double... I feel great about this now. Do you guys agree that these slopes were getting bigger, right? To go from negative slopes to 0 to positive, my slopes are getting bigger. The slopes of my f prime are getting bigger. That means my second derivative is positive. Do you agree this thing was concave up? What are all these tangent lines? They are all underestimates. Very good. Is this something we need to memorize? It is not. It is not something we got to memorize yet. It's just something that I want to think about. Let's say that my function looks like this. Oh, golly. That's, okay. We're going to go like this. Boop. What are my slopes here? Positive. What about here? What about here? Here? Yeah. To go from a positive number to a negative number, we are decreasing. Therefore, those f double prime values are negative. And all these tangent lines are above my pink graph. So we'd say that those tangent lines are a overestimate. Okay, people. For the differentiable function f, it knows that we've got f of 3 is 6. We got a point. I'm sorry, f of negative 3 is 6. F prime of negative 3 is 5. Negative 5. Ooh, and my second derivative, it gave us some info about it. Use the tangent line to approximate when x is negative 3. Let's start with just this. Right here, we need point slope form. Y minus what?
6.
Y minus 6. What's my slope? X minus negative 3, so it would be x plus 3. Boom. AP just gave you a point. Use that to estimate when x is negative 2.9. plug it in, don't get an actual value. What is y going to equal? What would be my estimate? -5 times -2.9 plus 3, that's it, DM, and then +6, done. We don't need the actual value. That, you guys, there are 9 points for every single free response question. Right there, you got 2. If you get 4 points every free response question, you're passing the AP test. We've only done part A, and we got 2 of the 4 points that we need. 9 points are possible. Let's see if we could get this one. Is the approximation an over or an underestimate when that x is -2.9? Well, you guys, look what they said. My second derivative is negative. So that means my graph is going to look like this. That means my graph is going to look like that. What would be a tangent line always if my graph is concave down? An overestimate. So we're going to say the approximation is an overestimate at x is -2.9 because f double prime at -3 is negative. And I got that from right here. Okay, let's go to 2014. They said, hey, here's this slope. Isn't that slope, you guys, dy dx? F is some function. And did they give us a point? 0, 1, okay. Write an equation for the tangent line at the point 0, 1. We got this. Write the equation of the tangent line. I need to do point slope form. Y minus what? 1. How am I going to go find that slope? Just plug it in. You guys, we need that slope at the point 0, 1. How many people are like, oh, Danny's definitely saying, oh, unit circle crap. Danny, I do have a surprise for you, though. You guys don't have to solve it. What would we write? 3 minus 1 cosine of 0. Danny, does that have any variables in it?
No.
Could you just write that whole thing for your slope? You sure could. Okay? You could totally do that. Here's what, I'm going to get my answer. Let's practice it. You guys, what is 3 minus 1? What is 2? Cosine at 0. 0 radians. What's the cosine? 1. So what's my slope? Good. So I'm going to write 2 and then x minus... Oh, careful.
0.2 minus 0.
So close. First, we just want the equation line at the point 0, 1. So I'm going to just say x minus 0 to start. Like that's my equation of my tangent line. Could I have just said y minus 1 equals 2x? Are these equivalent? Yeah. Okay. Could Danny say y minus 1 equals 3 minus 1 cosine of 0 times x minus 0 or just x? Danny, this is the same. So you wouldn't have had to unit circle that. You know what I'm saying? Here's what you got to be careful of. Make sure that this is all in parentheses so they know that slope is times that. Sound good? Okay. So you could have done that. Then it says use that equation to approximate when x is 0.2. Now, Danny, is when I'm going to go plug in my 0.2 right here. What's our equation, our answer going to look like, you guys? 2 times 0.2, I'm not even going to write minus 0, plus, done. Danny, yours is going to have all that slope stuff written right here, times 0.2, plus a 1, and you're done.
We're just doing 0.2 minus 0.
Sure. Yeah. As long as they're equivalent, we're good with it. We can do that, right? We're doing good. We're doing good, people. Okay, check this out. F of 2 is 1. F prime of 2 is 4. F double prime is 3. If F double prime is 3, over or underestimate? Good. Anytime that is going to be positive, it's going to be an underestimate. Okay. All right, using the line tangent. You guys, here they're not saying, write that tangent line. We need to go write it when x is 2. Y minus 1 equals 4x minus, beautiful. Use that to approximate f of 1.9. What am I plugging in where? 1.9 goes right there. So I would say 4 times 1.9 minus 2, add my 1. This one there, making us get it. What's 1.9 minus 2? Negative 0.1. Negative 0.1 times 4. Negative 0.4 plus 1. Oh, yeah, I was going to say 3.6. Whoa. Did y'all get 0.6? Did we need this info? They threw that in there to be ornery. This would tell us that it's an underestimate, but we didn't need that. Rude 2008 AP test. Okay. 19, last one. They gave us F. What is the approximation when x is 1.5 using the tangent line when x is pi over 2? Which one do I want to use for the point? Am I using 1.5 for my point slope form or my pi over 2? Say it again. Yeah, because this is the approximation. That's what we're going to plug in once we have that tangent line here. So what would be my point? How am I going to find my point? Dang, and my slope. We don't have either of them. To find my point, how am I going to do that? Very good, sir. My x is pi over 2. Let's go get my point. If x is pi over 2, we've got f of pi over 2 would be 2 cosine pi over 2 plus 1. DM, if this was free response, we could have left it here, but it looks like we're going to have to get an answer. Pi over 2, where is that, you guys? Up top. Love that. That's the point 0, 1. What is my cosine there? Good. What's f of pi over 2? Good. So my point is going to be pi over 2, 1. Then I need my slope. Can we go get the slope? Let's go get f prime. We got this, people. Leave that constant. What's the derivative of cosine? Negative sine. So I've got 2 times negative sine of x. Derivative of 1. 0. Again, you might be like, what do you mean you left that constant? Because this is fig plus gif, and f prime would get me 0. So here's g prime times f. G prime times f. Do you agree that that is just negative 2 sine of x? Where do they want that slope? What x value? That's it. Negative 2 sine at pi over 2. Sine at pi over 2, I agree, is 1 times negative 2. Negative 2. Whew. This is a long one, 2017. Sheesh. Let's go write the equation of that tangent line. Y minus. Oh, yeah. I was going back to my slope. He says, here's my point and there's my slope. It is y minus 1. Thank you, Danny. Equals, what's my slope? Negative 2. X minus pi halves. Okay. It said use that, using the tangent line. There's my tangent line. What is the approximation when x is 1.5? Gross. 1.5 is what we're plugging in right here. So I'd say, all right, we got negative 2 times 1.5 minus pi over 2, and I'm going to add my 1 over. I moved this 1 over. We got to get this to equal that, people. Kate, I think that's great logic. Can we distribute that? It's 2 times 1.5. I'm sorry, negative 2 times 1.5 is going to be negative 3 plus pi, because my 2's are going to cancel, plus 1. Is that an answer? It is negative 2 plus pi, which is the same as pi minus 2.